Alright guys, so solving equations should be some good algebra review. Shouldn't have too much trouble with this. We want to get x or y or whatever the variable is by itself. So I think we'll be pretty successful with this. Just probably a few minor things to review. Of course, here's distributive property. We just went over that. You want to get everything on one side. Let's kind of start with a different one. Maybe number 2. You're like, oh, what do I do here? Oh, what do I get rid of first? And that would be your denominator. Remember, anytime you see some kind of fraction, you want to get rid of that denominator first. So let's do the opposite. Opposite of divide by -4 is times by -4. Well, it does say distribute first. Let's just go ahead and distribute first. 3 times 5 is 15. Minus 9x divided by -4 equals -15. For any of you people that are like, Miss, how do I skip this step? Yeah, okay. I know you're out there. So times both sides by -4, times this side by -4, and that'll cancel all that. And we're left with 15 minus 9x equals 60. Okay, and then here next we want to subtract our 15 to the other side. Whatever's with the x, that's the neighbor, we take care of him last. Yeah. And then we have -9x carry down, and then this is 45 divided by -9, and x is equal to -5, which is what it's supposed to be. Alright, good. So, yeah, you can, a couple ways to do it, but follow these steps in general and you should be okay. Let's go down to, well, look at number 4. I know somebody's going to be like, what on earth, fractions, yuckies, ooh, yeah, I know. Well, if you have that grouping symbol again, and you've got something up in front of it, or like on the one we just did, something like, this really is a fraction, 3 divided by -4. That's really -3/4. You can multiply by both sides by -4/3. It's reciprocal. Don't forget that. So that's what we're about to do here on number 4. Is I just like want to get rid of that. Oh, come on, mousey. Okay, I have to switch between the mouse and the pen, and they don't want to work at the same time very well. So multiply. Since this is a multiplication, the opposite is flipping it. So -16/15. And then multiply this side by -16/15. And then here, let's see, my 16 is really 16 over 1. So I'm like, oh, maybe that'll simplify, but no, it won't. So 16 times 16 is 256 over 15 equals... Alright, now, since I multiplied by its reciprocal, I know this is going to go away, and this is going to go away. So all I'm left with is 4/5 q plus 32 over 3. And then I have to minus this, minus 32 over 3 to the other side. And then you're like, oh, yuckies, fraction minus a fraction? Well, yeah, let's just go to the calculator. Why not? So 256 over 15. Oh, no, it's slow. Alright, I think we're awake now. 256 over 15 minus 32 over 3. I just put those fractions in Desmos and got 6.4. You could also put them in your TI calculator and get the fraction. But that's 6.4. Is 6.4, and I'm just going to go with it because I know I still have another fraction over here, and the calculator will do the hard work for me if I am willing to let it. So this is times by 4/5. So the easiest way to get rid of a fraction is multiply by its reciprocal. Let's change color. Multiply by 5/4. Multiply this side by 5/4. And then when you multiply, of course, this side cancels, those go away, you're left with Q is equal to, and if you put 5/4 times 6.4 in the calculator, you get 8. 8 is the answer. Okay, so that was probably the main thing I wanted to go over. So let the calculator do those hard fractions for you if you would like to. And if you want to try it by hand, just make sure you get the common denominator. Alright, so go ahead and do up to number 10. As much practice as you want. I mean, really, this is your time to practice. If you see any, I would do the hard ones, you know. If you can do the hard ones and you get them pretty quickly and you check the answers and you get them, good, great. If you want to do only maybe half of them and then see how you do, then, you know, and then gauge it after that. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video and just do up to number 10 if you would like to. Alright, so here are the solutions. Number 1 is negative 14 over 3. Number 3 is negative 8. Number 5 is 7 over 4. Number 6 is negative 12. Number 7 is negative 1. Number 8 is negative 5. Number 9 and 10, I showed a little bit of work in case you had trouble at the beginning. And number 9 is negative 8. And number 10 is negative 16 over 7, which is the same thing as negative 2 and 2/7. The decimal is a little too nasty for me to want to put that as. And I would hope you would avoid that as well. Alright, let's look at special cases. Okay. So let's start out. Now these don't look any different, so keep that in mind. That this could happen in any problem. 1 plus 3c equals 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times c is negative 5c plus 8c. I have c's on the same side. Let's go ahead and combine those and get 1 plus 3c equals 5 plus 3c minus 3c to the other side. And oh snap. Here we go. When you end up with this ends up becoming 0. So actually all of this goes away as well, and you end up with 1 equal to 5. Because both sides, variables cancel out everywhere. That is no solution. Okay. No solution. Alright. Let's do number 12. I'm going to do it a little bit darker color. 40 minus 8x equals negative 8x plus 40. Oh, add 8x, add 8x. And we get similar case, cancel, cancel, and we get 40 equals 40. Wow, okay. It's a little bit different. That means any number I put in here for my x is going to give me the same result. Okay? As if over here, we clearly do not get the same result on the left and the right. This is different. This is all real numbers. In other words, x could be any real number that you want it to be. So that's a good thing. All right. Oh, then we have proportions. Oh, I love proportions. Yay! Cross multiply. Of course, if you remember that. 5 times x plus 4. Now, just one thing to remember. Hopefully, maybe from geometry you remember. We have to put parentheses around that. That's really distributive property. So put parentheses around any of your binomials, which means 2 terms. This is a 2 term. This is a monomial. 1 term is a monomial. 2 terms is a binomial. And then you put your equal sign after you do one of your crosses, and then the other crosses 3 times 2, or multiplication of 6. And then you just keep on going, and continue blah, blah, blah. Minus 20, 5x equals, yeah, this is a weird answer. 6 minus 20 is negative 14, and x is negative 14 over 5. And then this one, same idea. So distributive property with this 10, distributive property with this 8. I'll let you try that on the next pause. Alright, here we have, oh yeah, literal equations. We don't do a ton of these, but we'll just go ahead, sure, why not practice. So all you're doing is isolating for the variable that it says, or in this case, pi is not really a variable, pi is a number. So we're going to isolate pi, so whatever pi is next to pi, I got to get rid of. Do the opposite, 2 times pi, so I want to divide by 2. And then I also want to divide by r, but you can do those in one step. Yeah, you can. Let's just do that. Let's just say, alright, divide by 2 and r. 2 and r. So c over 2 times r is pi. And that's your answer. Okay. Alright, I think, anything else weird in those? Nah, it should be good. Alright, go ahead and pause the video and try some of those, including number 14. Alright. Alright, so here's 14, negative 2/5. 16 is p equals 2 times capital A divided by little a. 17, b equals 5c minus 5a. 18, x equals 8 plus y. Or y plus 8 would be the same. 19 is v equals 13 times w. And 20 is n equals s divided by 180 plus 2. Alright. Woohoo! We're flying through this stuff. Next video.